What's good, Zavi? How you
What's up,
feeling?
man? I'm feeling good, man. How about you?
Feeling great, actually. Great.
Yeah,
Life is turning around. You know what I'm saying?
that's
But
good. Is it have made any fitness changes lately?
very much so. It's a whole diet change, right? It started with the food. Now we're
Mhm.
getting into the physical, right? So I think starting with the food kind of help with the discipline of what you can and can't have. So now kind of working over into the fitness of what you cannot do.
Okay,
Right?
gotcha.
What about yourself? You been making any conscious life changes as far as fitness goes?
Yeah, man, 100%. And I mean, already feeling it for sure. Definitely feeling. It's weird. You would think that adding some more exercise to your day that you would feel, I guess, more exhausted. But in a way, I feel like I have more energy. So yeah, it works a little different. I'm not unfamiliar, I guess, with that feeling, but I definitely understand how a lot of people would see it as like, oh man, I can't work out in the morning, or I won't have energy for the rest of the day, or stuff like that. So yeah,
It has
man.
been shown too, though, that working out in the morning can help sleep at night because, right, the body once you get up that morning, you get up early, get your hour in or your hour and a half, whatever, go
Yeah,
through your day, and then of course by the time you reach night, like you've truly used as much of your battery as possible. So
you're actually ready to sleep and ready to rest.
correct, and
Yeah,
it can help. From what I understand, it can help you get into a deeper sleep faster too. Right, so you're actually recharging the battery at a faster rate than you would if you just hadn't exercised.
right.
And I will
Yeah.
say too, like that's why I asked you had you been doing anything consciously to increase fitness because I noticed like I've just been walking more. Like I didn't make a conscious effort to do so. I just was like, I need to drink more water, and then drinking more
Mhm.
water and eating a little bit better. It's like I just start walking a little bit farther. So just small steps.
Yeah. Yeah, I've also done that as well. I take my dog on walks, and I'm sure she appreciates it, even though I'm doing it really for myself. But yeah, man. And I've also noticed too. I mean, it's obvious because I mean, not just it would obviously make you sleep better, but also is going to boost your like for me, it's boosted my diet or made me feel the need to actually eat a lot more often and actually replenish my body. And I like that because I know, I mean, what we talked about last time was food. And for
Mhm.
me, my diet was, it's lacked a lot more than usual. Like, I'm used to eating quite a bit in one sitting. Uh, I'm used to getting, what, two, three plates every meal. And that was kind of a regular. And then for a little bit, and it was obvious too, let's cut out all these obviouses. I'm saying the word obvious a lot, but quite a bit too. Basically, I was skipping a lot of meals before I was exercising, and then once we started exercising, it was like, man, I really do need to eat, and so got my appetite back. That's the word, the appetite. So yeah, man, not just it's really made everything better. My sleep schedule has been better. My appetite has been better. Um, yeah, quite a bit has been in an upward trajectory. So
For
how
me
about
too,
yourself?
I noticed a change in my attitude.
Your
Right,
attitude.
where like at first, like you said, the eating habits wasn't the best, but then I started focusing on eating habits, whatever. And like
Yeah.
now I'm walking more, so it's just like I don't know, I just feel better. And because I feel better, and I can tell like when I'm not taking care of the plate part of the diet or whatever, or the exercise, the fitness, it's
Yeah.
because I'll be a lot more hangry, right? And I can feel myself being hangry. For those of you who don't know, that's hungry and angry. You're angry because you're hungry, right? You're hangry.
hmm
Um, so it's just I can start to feel those things come about, and I'm like, oh, I need a snack, or oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, and then two, right now, I'm pushing myself towards doing exercise when I say out loud I don't want to do something.
hmm
Right, it's when it's something I know I should be doing. Right, so if it's like folding clothes, it's like I cannot want to fold clothes, but I can't say it out loud. If I say it
Right.
out loud and I catch myself saying it out loud, I owe me 25 push-ups, and I gotta
Mm.
fold the clothes, right? So it's a
Okay.
lot more. It's like, yeah, you may not feel grateful for everything, but you're not allowed to express how ungrateful you feel about it.
I got
Um,
you. Yeah.
and just doing that, it starts to change the way I look, and then I start liking some of the changes, right? So then it motivates me to just do it, even without the negativity being there.
Yeah. That's good that you pointed that out, man. I've definitely felt the same way. Definitely has a lot to do. Uh, there, I'm sure that we could pull up studies that show the correlation between, your activity level and your attitude or your mood. 100%. Yeah, I've definitely felt the same type of change in my attitude as well. I'm a lot less irritable. Um, I think touched on it a little bit too in another video that it helps with my focus as well. Finishing tasks. So it's really like a great. I like for me personally. I need to do it. I don't need to, but I prefer to like do any type of activity level before I have some type of project or whatnot. So for me, I like to do it at the top of my day. Um, that just for me, I think I get the best results. I do every now and then do it after though, like right after work. I think it's kind of a good way to wind down. So usually after work, I'll do a little walk with my dog and walk around the block for a little bit, and that does it. That definitely does it too.
I'm more of a nighttime exercise, and I don't mean nighttime like it has to be 10, 11 o'clock at night. I just mean like as long as the sun not up, right?
Yeah.
Like even if it's 3, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, just as long as I can get it out before the sun comes. It's something about working out with the sun up or exercising with the sun up that it just seems so draining to me. Where it's like now I'm actually tired, but it's like
Yeah.
if I do it when the sun's not up, I kind of feel like rejuvenated.
That's
So
interesting.
I like you said, I typically try. I like to get up in the mornings and get it knocked out,
Yeah.
but if I don't, I'm not knocking it out midday.
Yeah.
I applaud those people who can get up and go to the gym at 12 o'clock, their lunch
Mhm.
hour, right,
Yeah.
and go work out. Cause that it just feels weird to me, right? Like in the middle of the day, I'm working out. It's like there's nothing wrong with it. To anybody watching,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that's not me. It feels weird to me, and so I can't focus on like what I'm supposed to be doing or why I'm doing what I'm doing. If it feel just it just feel off. It just feel off.
Yeah.
But I give that to my powerlifting training regimen, uh, because when I was training like that, I did train a lot early in the morning and late at night because that's when the gym is the least packed. Um,
Hmm.
so it's just easier to get through your workout, get certain equipment. Um, and then too, like there are less people staring at you. I don't know about anybody else out there, but I don't like people staring. I don't mind them looking, right? Quick glance, but the stare down, I do not like. And there's certain
Yeah.
exercises you do in the gym where you guaranteed to get a stare down. Like go to the gym. You don't even have to be able to do them, but go walk over to the pull up bar and just watch how many people start staring you down. Like, oh, you about to do pull ups? Like, this guy's about to do pull ups. Like it's just
Yeah.
pull ups, guys.
I'm loud. I'm not even gonna lie when I work out. So I don't really. I'm used to. I mean, growing up, I had some lifting equipment or some weights and stuff in my garage. So the setup was nice. I could be as loud as I want. I mean, to a certain extent. Obviously, I don't want to bother people that are in the house, but I could know that like no one's judging me because I'm over here grunting, lifting throwing some heavy weight around. So yeah, that's what it was for me. But even so, I mean, going to the gym, that was kind of an adjustment at first when I really started getting into the gym. It was like, man, there's a lot of people here, and having to wait your turn to get on a certain machine, and then like you said, like people looking around or looking at you and wiping down the equipment that you use and stuff. So yeah, the whole gym etiquette I definitely had to get acquainted with. But yeah, I think once you realize everyone is there for their own reason, you kind of get that mindset of like, man, I probably look so dumb compared to them. You're kind of like, bro, they probably think the same thing about themselves, man. Just keep doing you when you actually go and enjoy it. And you mentioned like going midday. See, I take my time too, though, and if I have somewhere to be, like I need longer. For me, I need longer than an hour, just because I really take my time when it comes to like what I'm gonna get there. Like I don't like to really rush things unless it's like part of the workout. Now, if I'm doing like some type of superset or whatever, where it's like, all right, as soon as I'm done squatting, it's time to get over here and do some pull-ups, or it's time to get over here and do something that goes with my squats, right? But yeah, I don't really like to just be like running around the gym. I'm not gonna do that. Like if I'm gonna lift, if I have a workout, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move like, all right, here I got these time intervals. I'm gonna hit this time interval very quickly. When that's done, I'm taking my break and I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna drink my water. I'm gonna go over here. Yeah, I take my time, bro.
See, and that's my call me crazy, wouldn't be the first time. But that's
uh,
my thing. Is like when I go to the gym, I put everything on like a time limit, right? Because I'm
yeah,
trying to get the workout I write is never meant to be finished in an hour, for being
yeah,
honest.
mhm,
But I try and do it anyway.
yeah.
So say like I have I have 3 sets of 10, right? I'll try and do 3 sets of 10 in 5 minutes,
Okay.
right? So to those who don't go to the gym, it sounds easy, right? Because it's, oh, you got a whole minute to lift, and then you get a minute break, a minute lift, a minute break, a minute lift, and you're done. But what you don't account for when you do that is putting weight on and taking weight off, right?
Yeah,
And
taking away
I'm
from your break for sure.
correct. So I'm usually working out by myself, so I'm constantly moving, right?
Yeah,
So now I had 3 sets of 10 on bench, right? And I got it done in 5 minutes, but now I'm about to go do 5 sets of 5 on squat.
yeah,
And it's like I'm trying to get that done in 5 minutes too. Right? So it's like, mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? Like, so by the time I'm like into set 2 of squats, I'm like right, and
yeah,
I'm looking around and everybody in the gym, like, I hope nobody can tell I'm breathing this hard. Cause like
yeah.
most
Hmm.
people, and two, I'm a power lifter, so I pay attention, bro. So like most
Mm.
people don't really break a hard sweat on squat. Bro, I'm drenched. Like I'm trying to catch my breath, my shirt is soaked, and I'm only
Yeah.
2 sets in. Right? And
Mm.
so it's like everybody just kind of looking at me like, you okay? Like, bro,
Yeah.
you can slow it down. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm actually running behind schedule. I was supposed to be done with that set 40 seconds ago. Like, so but that's kind of how I have fun with it, is that it's like a race against the clock type of thing for me.
I
Now
got you.
that's not to say I don't, before I get into all of that, I do my warm up and I give my warm up its proper amount. I never rush the warm up, right?
I'm glad you
But
brought that up.
after the warm up, then it's okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then my cool down is always my cool down, right? Whether
Yeah.
that's a 5 minute walk at a leisurely pace, or whether that's stretching or whatever it is, just like listening to my body at that point, because I've ramped my body up, I've gotten my heart rate up, I've done what I came to the gym to accomplish. So now it's like, all right, what's my body telling me? Is it saying I need more water? Is it saying I need to eat more fruit? Is it something trying to come up, right? Am I trying to
Yeah.
throw something up that I didn't eat or I shouldn't have been eating, right? So just stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you brought up warming up. That's such an important thing that all of us tend to skip. But yeah,
Hmm.
so what is I guess what is your warm up?
So for me, and this is free to anybody who's listening. Here's a free life hack, right? So when I was in Kanice, I learned that like you just stretching, touching your toes as soon as you walk in, absolutely does nothing for you, right?
Static stretching is not it. Yep.
Correct. And so dynamic stretching is better. So if I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna go hit the treadmill and I'm gonna walk and I'm gonna build up my speed so that my body can get warmed up or whatever. But what I also like to do, I like to go to gyms that have showers, and like I'll take my gym clothes, I'll take a hot shower, because the reason you do the dynamic warm up is to warm up the muscles in your body, right? Literally to heat
Oh,
them up.
okay.
And
A
so
shower before. Okay.
if you take a hot shower, your muscles are already warm. So now if
Mm.
you get straight out of that hot shower and hit the treadmill and you start moving, you'll notice that even if you try and walk slow, your slow walk fresh out the shower is faster than your slow walk if you just go straight to the gym and hop on the treadmill. It's just a faster pace because your muscles are already warm.
You're
So I
talking
like
about actually it's a faster pace, or it feels like a faster pace when you're talking about productivity?
it's actually a faster pace. Like
Okay.
say okay, so say like you get off work, you go to the gym, and you just start warming up, right? Let's
Yeah.
say on the treadmill, like your speed is 2, right?
Mm.
If you were to instead of going straight to the treadmill, if you were to get off work, go hit the shower, and then hop on the treadmill, your slow speed would be 2.2, right?
Okay.
Or
Hmm.
2.3. Now it's not a drastic difference where you're just like flying out of, but it is like instead of you having to warm up and go from 2 to 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, now you're
Yeah.
starting at 2.2, 2.3, and working your way up. Um,
Got you.
and it's 2 because you took a shower. Like let's say you gonna work arms that day, right? Which I walk every time because it's like I'm swinging my arms, I'm doing everything, right? So I'm trying to
Mm.
warm my body up as much as possible. But by taking that hot shower, literally your whole body has been heated. So your arms are warm, your chest is warm, your legs are warm, like everything's warm.
Yeah.
So you don't have to exert as much energy trying to warm up. And so hitting the treadmill and then getting into your workout, like you're
Hmm.
fully warm. Like the chances of you actually having injury drastically decrease because the muscles are already warmed up. And literally all it took was a 5-10 minute shower, whatever.
Shower. That's
So
a new one. That's a new one. I haven't heard
um
of that one. That's what's up.
bro, you just and you'll feel it. Like you'll feel really, really like somebody just stretched you out. Um or like somebody put a heating pad on you, right? And then you stretched out or whatever. It's like, bro, you feel really, really warm. You feel really, really good. Um, and then 2, heat increases blood flow, right? So
Right.
cold makes the blood vessels restrict. Heat makes them expand. So by you hopping in that hot shower, literally your pores, yes, your pores are open. So you do have to be careful and make sure you cover up because you do stand a better chance at getting sick, especially if the gym is cool and not cold, right? So be cautious of that. But by it increasing the size of those blood vessels and letting the blood flow, bro, it's like your O2. Your like it's almost like you can feel your O2 coursing through your body. It feels great, right? It's just you feel like you're ready to attack something. I'm not gonna lie. So and then too like I don't usually listen to music anymore when I go to the gym. I used to a lot, but like
Yeah.
now it's more like a time thing, and it's like I don't want to waste time changing songs or whatever. And
Hmm.
I never seem to take the time out to make a playlist. So
Okay.
but yeah, the warm up usually the shower, then the treadmill, and then I even when I go to lift, it's always light to heavy.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, it's always bar to light to heavy. So I did powerlifting for 6 years, so obviously the bar should not be part of my workout regimen at that point for strength gain, right? But I still
Okay.
use it because I've seen so many injuries in powerlifting just because someone's overconfident, right? So it's like, oh,
Gotcha.
I got this. It's only 135, and then they overextend their elbow, and now you hear a pop sound, and now it's it was only 135 though. So it's like
Hmm.
respect everything you put on the bar, respect it. Every weight you pick up, respect it, right?
Yeah.
Form first, but yeah, that's my
Form
warm up.
over function. Yeah.
Facts every
Yes,
time,
sir.
every time. So, but that's my warm up. What's yours?
Yeah. I mean, I will say I like to say that I stick to the same thing all the time. Um, and for the most part, I do when it comes to, like I said, I know it said static stretching is not the way. It's definitely dynamic stretching, at least if you want to actually get warmed up for something. If you think about the reason is, I mean, I'll put it in layman's terms. When very similar to what you said, just about like your muscles are cold when you show up to the gym. Why would they warm up just because you are slowly sitting on the ground, touching your toes? You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to do it. You actually need something to get your muscles in movement, but it needs to be it needs to be a very light and moderate type of movement. It's not like you're just automatically just running. Like, yeah, running is going to warm them up, but that's also, you have probably a lot higher chance to stall. And I guess when it comes to your body, a lot higher chance to pull something, or now all of a sudden you went to the gym to work out and now you're down for like 3 weeks because you didn't warm up correctly. So yeah, for me, I like to hit like a lot of my dynamic stretches, and that's most of it was really just what I've learned as a track athlete. But really, it's just all the stretches you normally would do, but in movement. So I like to give myself about 10 meters, and I'm gonna walk. And each stretch I do, I'm gonna do it in movement. I'm walking to the other side 10 meters, doing the stretch every step of the way. And then I'll probably do the same thing going back, but I base it off of how I feel, if I can move on, or if I liked that stretch and I should probably hit it again, let's hit it again. Um, Stretching
I
should
miss.
never, you should definitely feel a stretch. Feeling a stretch is different than being in pain. If you're doing a certain stretch, or if you're doing a certain exercise to warm up that's causing you to feel in pain, you should probably call it quits there. That means you're not ready. You should probably stop right there before you actually do some real damage, or at least acknowledge it, wherever it is. And if you're having some issues with your hamstrings, probably shouldn't be squatting. Probably shouldn't do any type of exercise that affects your hamstrings. Maybe you should probably just hit upper body. But it's just about knowing your body. So that's just what I do every now and then. If I'm honestly, if I am in a rush and I don't have time to get through all my stretches in a timely manner, I'm probably just gonna hit a bike. I'm gonna hop on the bike, just get the blood flow moving through my legs, and that's, like I said, this is really if I'm gonna do some type of I guess some type of like leg exercise, or if I'm gonna run, hit the treadmill, and actually hit some sprints or whatnot. But it really varies. My warm up varies based off of what I'm doing that day, even upper body. So yeah, man. And then when I do, so that's just the warm up to the actual exercise. And then within each exercise that I'm doing as part of my actual workout, I'm doing a warm up set, if that makes sense. So
Thanks.
I'm not just throwing what for me, I can't bench like that, but I'm not going to just throw 195 on the freaking bench and be like, all right, let's go. Like, I'm definitely going to have to, warm up to it. And same thing with squat. I'm not going to just well, I say in my heyday, bro, I could probably throw on a quick, cool little 245, 225 on the bar, and I'm chilling. So, um, yeah, it's just about knowing what you're capable of. I will say when it comes to sets, it's not just about. I don't think it should be something that you. I mean, if your plan is to improve and actually like get stronger or to get bigger, you really do need to track what type of weight you're lifting. Um, and when we were just talking about like doing a warm up set, you'll know what your warm up set should be based off of what your max is. So that's what it is. Like, you actually like, okay, the most I've ever lifted in my life was 225. If that's the most you've ever lifted in your life, what should your warm up be? Now, we have something at the very edge of our fingertips that can help you find exactly what your warm up should be. But yeah, math is a wonderful thing. I don't like to do it, so make your phone do it. There's apps that you can get. There's websites that you can do. Even just Google will tell you that, oh, your warm up needs to be this percentage of your max. But do it mathematically, and then if you do it and it's still like, man, the math is making me struggle a little bit, that's when you need to put your personal preference into, all right, I need to lighten up a little bit. So yeah, man. Yeah, I
And
like
two,
to go ahead.
just cause you said like put your personal touch on it. Yes, if your max is 220, and I've seen this, like please, 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 I have seen this. If your max is 200 pounds, and if Google says you should warm up at 50%, so it's saying you should put 100 pounds on the bar. Just because that feels light does not mean that you should increase your warm up. Your warm up
Yeah,
is supposed to feel light. It's for you to test and make sure that all your muscle groups are moving properly. That you don't
right.
have pain in your shoulder, you don't have pain in your chest, you don't
And
have
that's the
pain in a
time really to
hamstring.
focus on your form,
Correct.
100%.
Correct. Is your form right? Is it's a feel. It's you listening to your body
Yep.
before you try and kill your body. Because what you don't want is for your max to be 200, and you're like, man, I don't really feel it until I get up around 155. That's where you're supposed to feel it. Like,
Yeah.
but you're not supposed to warm up there. Not if your max is at
Mhm.
200, you're too close to your max, right?
Yep.
So it's like all it takes for you to get hurt doing something like that is you having a bad day at the gym. One
Hmm.
bad day. That's all. And it doesn't even take a whole day. It could be one bad lift, right? Because your form is not there yet. And you're
Yeah.
screwed. So the warm up is supposed to be light. It's supposed to be something that if you caught the flu tomorrow, you could still lift your warm up weight,
Right.
right? So,
We're getting into, because I know you said that we go to the gym and we tend to look at other people, or people feel like people are looking at us, and that's the hard. I know that's a tough thing, especially if you're a competitive person like me. Going to the gym, you'll warm up. Say you're warming up with something, right? And then there's somebody who seems a lot smaller than you in the next, you know what I mean, on the machine right next to you, and they're
mhm,
lifting something heavy, right? And it probably makes you like, man, I need to bump it up. Like, nah, man, you
don't
do
do
what
it
you came there to do, man. Unless you're not, I'm not even gonna say that. Unless nothing, okay? Just do what you
because
got
you
to
don't
do.
know how
Don't,
much time they've spent at the gym, right? They can be
right?
smaller than you, and some people they don't age the same, so they look younger too. So you're thinking,
Mhm.
oh, they're younger than me and they're smaller than me and they're moving 80 pounds. I'm over here at 35. Like,
Yeah.
bro, be cool. They've been doing this for a decade. Like they actually 35, Like calm
Yep.
down. So it's again, don't check your ego at the door.
Mhm.
Listen to your body. And your warm up is supposed to feel the warm up should be if you have the flu, you should still be able to go to the gym and get your warm
At
up.
least get a warm up in. Yeah.
You may not be able to work out with your working set or whatever, your workout weight, but you can get
Yep.
your warm ups. That's
And
that's what your warm up should be. Whether
yeah.
that's high knees and butt kicks, or whether that's just like literally, like bro, I have benched 275 with about 130 body weight, right? I still to this day, when I go to the gym, I warm up with the bar on bench. Only the
Mhm.
bar, no weight at all.
So you
And
got to
it's
do it.
like, and I've been lifting for a minimum of, I did 6 years powerlifting. Only
Mhm.
powerlifting, right? So I have the technique. I understand the technique. I understand how it should feel.
Yeah.
Yet I still warm up with the bar because you always need to check and make sure your form is correct, make sure your body is up to par, that it's primed up properly,
Yep.
right? And that this weight is not too heavy because all it takes is you getting overconfident on a bench press and overextending that elbow, popping it. This low or I've seen people bench pressing and they tear a pec.
Mm-mm.
And it's like, one, it's
I've seen people
disgusting to
do that.
see.
It's disgusting. Yeah.
But two,
It looks
it's
like they're having a heart attack for real.
bro.
Like I feel like that's the physical way it would look like. It seems insane, bro.
So it please warm up prop. If you don't get to hit your max, that's fine. And
Yep.
you should not be maxing every time you go to the gym.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
Nope.
Now, if you want
Nope.
to max once a month, every 3 to 4 weeks, that's
Yeah.
fine, right? That's different. But you maxing out every week. Oh yeah, last week I benched 205. This week I'm going for 210.
Yeah. Try it.
No,
I bet you don't even get close to what your max originally
no.
was.
Correct. If you get to 195, you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's like
Yeah.
actually start looking into it. And that's another thing. If you're new to the gym and you don't know, ask around. Right?
Yeah.
If you see somebody who look like they've been in the gym for a few years, ask like, "Yo, like what do you do?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like people at the gym, they will talk to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Be ready though. Be ready for the ones who
Who
are
won't
who are locked in. You know what I mean? They're not trying to say nothing. You know. And
try
yeah,
to
I
catch
think
them on water break?
yeah, catch them with obviously. You know, you can't catch them mid bench like or mid squat like they haven't even picked up the weight yet. Yeah. Hey, what do you do? Like I'm doing it. Like let me so yeah, man, definitely that's another thing too. You got to get out of your comfort zone for sure.
It's a
Get out of your
networking
comfort
place for
zone.
sure.
Yeah, you
If
might
you're
get
willing
a
to make it one.
absolutely, absolutely. And then I want to say, I want to finish on a very important aspect of the complete workout because we talked about the cool down, monitoring your body, taking care of yourself, and we even touched about like the actual workout itself. But then it's also important to cool down, and I think it's important. I think it's important to cool down every single time. I think that also is something that people get away with. I don't. This is coming from someone who has not cooled down before. I definitely think that a cool down needs to be part of every workout regimen that you have. I don't care what it is. You definitely need to leave the gym correctly as well. So whatever
It'll
that
save you some
is,
sickness.
yeah. For my workouts, it used to be I used to hit the track or hit whatever track they have, or if they have a uh, was it the treadmill, whatever it is. But I almost do the same thing. I like to do the same thing. Like I'll do a stretch in movement, but it's not like I'm doing a dynamic stretches. It's more like I'll walk on my toes or I'll walk on my heels. But either way, I'm just making sure I'm just walking everything off basically, or even if it's a jog. All right, let me finish this with the jog. All right, we'll call it a day. Or I'll hit some hip circles each side. Whatever it is that you stretched out, or whatever it is that you hit that day, definitely stretch. Because what you don't want to, especially when it comes to if you really want to get that type of strength, you also need to make sure that you got the mobility as well. A lot of us are just gonna straight muscle, diesel, 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 and then there's no type of limberness about us. You're just a big block of muscle.
And that's how
You
you
kind
get
of
hurt.
need, yeah, yeah, absolutely. You need some, what is it, elasticity? How do you say the word?
Yep.
Yeah,
Elasticity, you had it.
exactly. You need some movement in between the muscles, but also you'll realize you start doing that, you could probably you're gonna have a lot more gains that you really want in whatever you do. Even if your workout isn't like necessarily that you want to get big or you want to get stronger. If you want to get faster, if you just want to live healthier, you're gonna realize that just taking your 5 to 10 minutes to hit a good cool down, it's gonna give you so many wonders, man.
That's the time for your static stretching if you want a static stretch. Because your muscles
Absolutely.
are already warm. So now you sitting on the floor touching your toes is actually doing something. Rather than
Absolutely.
cold muscles trying to be stretched out. Like you've already done the warm up, you've already ran through the workout. Now you can static stretch them out, whatever you did that day. And it actually helps with the recovery process. So for those of you who don't like to be sore, like that's how you get less soreness. Rehydrate. Go, hurry up and like there is scientifically a time frame, and I'm not gonna tell y'all because y'all not paying me yet. Nah, I'm messing with you. But there's a time frame. I would tell y'all, but I want y'all to go look it up. There's a time frame where after you finish working out, if you can replenish the nutrients, if you can put back in the Gatorades, the smoothies, the water, the whatever you do at post workout, it's optimal recovery. So
Yep.
you don't feel as much. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna be sore at all, but you won't feel as much soreness if you stretch out with that cool down, and then you already have your protein shake or you already have your smoothie, whatever ready. Go ahead and
Yeah.
get that stuff down, and you'll
Yep.
feel so much better. You will
hmm
feel so much better.
I'll say
Um,
too, because I know we're running quick on the video. Don't just rely on a protein shake. That's not gonna do it for you. You need to eat as well. You definitely need to eat some food. I'm saying this. I'm preaching to the choir because because I have a tendency like, all right, well, I don't have time, man. I just got to knock this out. You might need to
you
make
have
time,
time.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Make some time. Get a good quality breakfast in. Get a good quality dinner whenever you're done with your workout. But eat. You're not gonna get the energy. You're not gonna rejuvenate your body if all you're doing is living off of liquids. Um, it's just not gonna happen. I don't care what type of diet you have. It's not gonna cut it. So yeah, man. Quite a few gems in there.
So he's been Zavi, I've been Law. Together, we have given you ways to go hit the gym, get fit, get healthy, and improve your attitude, honestly. No more cold stretching. Let's get dynamic stretches in. Go look up what that time period is for recovery, right? So you can recover. You don't have to go through as much pain. And just make sure you warm up properly.
Sure.
Till next
And cool
time,
down. And cool
cool
down.
down.
Sounds
Till
good.
next time, y'all take it easy. We've
See
been
ya.
Zavi and Law, and this has been Beyond the Pieces.
See ya.
Peace.